Fifth person has now died in Kentucky following severe flooding across the state. Among the victims, a 9-year-old boy who drowned while just walking to school. Joining us now is Congressman James Comer. He's a Republican from Kentucky. He's the chairman of the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, good morning. Great to see you.
Good morning.
And we hate hearing about natural disasters happening in any part of the country. First, what are your thoughts on this deadly flooding, and are there enough resources going into the region?
Well, I hope so. We're going to find out very soon. The floodwaters are still up. Obviously, they're receding, but we don't know exactly how much damage. We really don't know the total loss of life. We know there are several. And the pictures that you've shown on your screen, Dawson Springs, Kentucky, and Frankfort, Kentucky, both are in my congressional district, and they're ironically about 3.5 hours apart. So the flooding is just massive throughout the entire state of Kentucky. Many of these communities, including Dawson Springs, suffered from tornadoes, just deadly tornadoes a few years ago. So, you know, it's just been a tough time, especially in western Kentucky. But probably the worst floodings in Frankfort, our state capital there. And, you know, hopefully FEMA has already approved everything. The local officials are having multiple press conferences each day, keeping everybody informed. The utility crews have been working double time. So everybody in the community is working together. We've just got a lot of cleaning up to do.
And since you mentioned FEMA, just a quick beat on the Trump administration and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem saying that they would like to either eliminate or completely overhaul FEMA. What do you think?
Well, I think as long as the funds follow their way to the states, I think that's a good idea, because right now you've got so much bureaucracy. Having suffered through tornadoes several years ago in my district, I know that FEMA's still negotiating with some of these communities years later. I believe that if you can cut the federal bureaucracy out and get the federal funds to the states, I think the states will be more efficient, and that eliminates an unnecessary level of bureaucracy. So I would support that as long as the funds go to the states. You can't give an unfunded mandate to the states for something like that. Same way with the Department of Education. I support eliminating the Department of Education as long as all the federal funds make their way to the state departments of education.
Yeah, maybe the governors of all the states will be able to divvy up the resources a bit better, since they know the terrain and know the region. We'll see how it goes. Congressman, President Trump last night vowing major tariffs on pharmaceuticals. Let's take a listen.
Once we do that, they're going to come rushing back into our country because we're the big market. The advantage we have over everybody is that we're the big market.
So he's talking about onshoring jobs to the United States because of these tariffs. Do you think that's actually going to happen?
Well, we're going to find out. People ask me about tariffs all the time, and I support targeted tariffs. I think we need to look at what do we have to make in the United States from a national security standpoint. Pharmaceuticals is at the top of the list. We saw during COVID, China just wasn't honest with the world about what was going on in that lab. And Americans lost their lives as a result of it. I think anything pertaining to our national security, pharmaceuticals, semiconductors, food, all of these things need to be made in the United States. On some other things like tennis shoes, if China can make tennis shoes cheaper than the United States, that's probably a good deal for the consumer. So instead of broad tariffs, I really would encourage the president to focus on targeted tariffs. And I think that we've got to bring critical manufacturing back to the United States, and critical would by my definition, be anything pertaining to national security.
Yeah, the concern is, though, how long is it going to take? And, you know, with all this uncertainty and the whiplash, are business owners and CEOs really going to want to move their businesses to the United States and start to rack up jobs here? Or are they just going to want to press pause in the meantime and see if the tariffs even stick? Let's move on to this, if you don't mind. Congressman, the DOJ subcommittee is now taking aim at billions in taxpayer money being spent on federal buildings that largely sit empty or outdated. How big of an issue is this?
It's a huge issue. It's one reason that I'm just astonished that there's so much opposition from the left to reduce the size of the federal workforce. Here in Washington, D.C., right behind me, you have all these massive government buildings where the federal workforce hasn't even been to work since COVID. They've been working from home. So, you know, whether you support working from home or not, if you're going to work from home, if there's some data that shows they're more efficient working from home than in the office, which there's not, but let's say there were, then why are we continuing to pay maintenance and upkeep and security on all these federal buildings that are empty? They're completely empty. And it just shows the point. Either get rid of the federal workforce that you don't need, or get rid of the federal buildings you don't need. You can't have it both ways.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.